Welcome to this channel. I'm clinician Birungi Roven, and I'm going to be presenting to you the symptoms of malaria and the types of malaria. Let's start. So, the general clinical features or the general symptoms of any malaria, anyone who has malaria, you'll expect them to have a fever. That will always be there, but this fever will always be on and off. So it may be on in the morning, it is off after 5 hours, it is on after 2 hours, it is again off, so it will be an on and off fever. 2. Jaundice. What is jaundice? With jaundice, we shall notice that the eyes of the individual will tend to become yellow. They will tend to become yellowish. This is mainly because of bilirubin accumulating in the body. Why? How does jaundice come across? Jaundice comes because the parasites, the Plasmodium, they are destroying the red blood cells. And since they are destroying the red blood cells, it means we shall have a larger number of hemoglobin being released, therefore more bilirubin accumulating in the body. Anemia. Because the red blood cells are being destroyed, therefore anemia will arise. The number of cells required in the body will lower. Body pain. The individual will complain of body pains. Vomiting. The individual will vomit. Splenomegaly. So what is splenomegaly? This is increase in size of the spleen. This is because the spleen is going to be doing more workload in breaking down the destroyed cells. That is the cells that have been destroyed, that is the hemoglobin in particular, to form bilirubin. So the spleen will increase in size. Thrombocytopenia, issues with the blood clotting will arise, most especially if the individual is being affected by Plasmodium vivax. Types of malaria. We have specifically 2 types of malaria. We have uncomplicated malaria, and then we have complicated malaria. Uncomplicated malaria. When an individual has uncomplicated malaria, these individuals will present with a fever. This fever will be 37.5 degrees centigrade and above. So when you measure the temperature, it will be 37.5 degrees and above. And remember, it will be this kind of fever, or rather, which is on and off. 2. Jaundice. The eyes will turn yellowish. We know why. We have already explained that. Mild anemia. So, because with the uncomplicated malaria, the rate at which cells are being destroyed is less. It is at a low rate, so the anemia will not be so severe. It will be just mild. We shall have mild splenomegaly. So, because less cells are being destroyed, therefore we shall expect less amounts, or rather less numbers of less activity for the spleen. Therefore, it may not increase in size. Loss of appetite. Dehydration will arise, but it will be mild dehydration. In children, you can notice this mild dehydration by the eyes becoming sunken. But in adults, in case an adult's eye become sunken, just know that is actually very, very severe dehydration. So in adults, in most cases, the dehydration may not be noticed by sunken eyes, because it may not be mild. That may indicate very severe. But in kids, sunkening of eyes, that will mean mild dehydration. Now, complicated malaria. With complicated malaria, the individual is going to present with cerebral malaria. That is characterized by a deep coma. You find the person is speaking statements which are unconnected, and at the end of the story, they tend to fall into a deep coma. They become unconscious and they are no longer responding to stimuli. 2. In complicated malaria, since we are dealing with mainly Plasmodium falciparum is the one which is mainly causing complicated malaria, we shall notice that the rate at which cells are being destroyed is going to be extremely very high and rapid. So the levels of hemoglobin are going to lower, because more hemoglobin is being converted into bilirubin, which is asked to be excreted. So you will find the hemoglobin level is going to lower. It is going to be less than 5 grams per deciliter. And in pregnancy, it will be less than 7 grams per deciliter. Convulsions are going to arise. The individual is going to convulse, and because the individual is convulsing, a lot of glucose is going to be used, therefore hypoglycemia is going to arise, low glucose level hypoglycemia. Complicated malaria can also be deduced when an individual has malaria in sickle cell disease. When one has malaria, when the person has sickle cell disease, it is considered as complicated malaria because it can easily result into severe anemia, which can result into death, sudden fall into state of death. Hemoglobinuria. With hemoglobinuria, we shall see that hemoglobin is going to be seen in urine. The urine is going to turn brown due to accumulation of hemoglobin. This specifically arises due to hemolysis of red blood cells, specifically in the vessels. That is vascular hemolysis. And is mainly because the cells are being destroyed by the Plasmodium parasites. Saturatory collapse here, this one is going to be characterized with saturatory collapse is going to be characterized with mainly systolic blood pressure, which is less than 50 millimeters of mercury in children, and systolic blood pressure, which is less than 80 millimeters of mercury in adults. Then pulmonary edema, this is going to be characterized by difficulty in breathing. Mainly pulmonary edema, we are seeing that the accumulation of fluid in the pleural region. So it is going to be characterized by difficulty in breathing, nasopharynx. When the person is breathing, you notice that the nose is going to keep on reducing and increasing in size. So that is nasopharynx. We shall notice also deep and fast breathing because the body is trying to compensate with the demands. Yeah, that's all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It will be very good for the development of this channel, and it also assists, or it also help you to keep in touch or to keep informed about our new videos. Thank you very much.